Do you want to automatically reply to WhatsApp messages without writing any code? In this video, you will learn how to use the WhatsApp's Cloud API and make.com to build a WhatsApp autoresponder in just a couple of minutes. So let's go ahead and start the actual work. So first, what we want to do is we want to create a basic scenario in make.com. So if you don't have an account in make.com, feel free to click on the link down below in the description and sign up. It's completely free and you get around 1,000 free operations per month. So once you have signed up and you're logged into your account, what you need to do is you need to click on this button, create a new scenario. And from here, what we want to do is we want to search for WhatsApp. And the component which we want to use is this one, watch events. So as you can see here, it triggers when a new message is received. And this is exactly what we need. And now what we want to do is basically we want to create a webhook. So let's click on this button and we can call it my WhatsApp test webhook. And in here, what we want to do is basically we want to listen for the following events, which is basically messages. And yeah, so the next step would be to create a WhatsApp connection. So if you don't have a WhatsApp connection, then you need to follow basically the steps, which I'm going to walk you through next. So in order to create a WhatsApp connection, you need a token and a WhatsApp business account ID. And I will explain to you how you need to get this basically information in a second. In order to get a token and a business account ID, you need to go to developers.facebook.com, and after this you need to click on this button, My Applications. So by default, you're not going to have any applications in this list. So what you need to do is basically you need to click on this button, Create Application. And you can give your application any name that you like. Say, I can call it test application. You click next. And then from here, you scroll down towards the bottom and you select other. You click next. And you need to select the application type. In this case, it's going to be business. And finally, what you need to do is you need to click on this button, which is going to create your application. Once you have created an application in the Facebook's developers portal, what you need to do is basically you need to add a product to your application. So you can see that there is a bunch of products here on this page, and you need to find WhatsApp, and then you need to click on the setup button. So I've already created an application and I've already added WhatsApp as a product. So you can see it here on the left hand side. But what you need to do is basically you need to find WhatsApp here from the list of products, and then you need to click on setup. The next step is to go to your application's system settings. And if you click on this menu here, you need to scroll down a little bit and then you will see the settings. So click on this. From the settings page, what you need to do is you need to go to system users. And I believe by default, you're not going to have any users in this list. So what you need to do is you need to click on this button, which is add. And then from here, you can give your system user any name that you like. And something very important is that you need to select the system role as admin. Next, what you need to do is you need to click on applications here from the left hand side. And now that we have created a new user, what we need to do is basically we need to assign this user to the application that we created in the first step. So as you can see here, we have our sample application. And what you need to do is you need to click on this button, which is assign people. And from this menu, what you need to do is basically you need to find the system user, which you created a moment ago. And then you need to give the system user full access to the application. So the next step is to click on this button, which is WhatsApp accounts, and you should see the WhatsApp account that you created when you added the WhatsApp product to your application. And from here, what you need to do is you need to click on this button, assign people. And again, you need to select the system user, which you created 2 steps ago. And basically, you need to give full control or full access of this system user to the WhatsApp account. The next step would be to go back to system users. And now what we want to do is we want to click on this button, which is generate token. And from here, we can select our sample application, click on next, and we want to create a token. So the token expiry can be 60 days or it can be a never expiring token. I will select 60 days. So what we need to do next is basically we need to select the permissions which will be granted to this token. And basically what we need to select is WhatsApp Business Management and WhatsApp Business Messaging. So once you have selected these two permissions, you click on Generate Token. You need to copy this token and save it somewhere because we're going to need that in one of the next steps. The next step is to go back to your application dashboard, and then in here you should see WhatsApp in the menu on the left hand side. And from here what you need to select is API setup. So on this page you will see that you will be given a test number, and this number is going to have a phone number ID and a WhatsApp business account ID. In our case, we need to make a note of the business account ID. So copy this and save it somewhere. The next step is to go back to make.com. And as you remember, basically we wanted to generate a token and we wanted to get a business account ID. So now we have these two pieces of information. So basically we need to paste the token into this field and you need to provide the WhatsApp business account ID in that field. So click on the save button. If the connection is successful, then you shouldn't get any errors. You need to copy and paste the same token in this field as well. And finally, you need to click on save. So now you can see that the WhatsApp hook and the WhatsApp connection were successfully created. And we want to make a note of this webhook so we can copy this and save it somewhere. At this point, what we want to do is we want to run this scenario, and we will come back to this in a moment. We can go back to our application dashboard, and in here from the WhatsApp menu, we want to go to configuration, and we need to basically set up a webhook, and this is the webhook where data will be published to. So we have our URL from the webhook, and we also have our token. So once you have added the webhook URL and you've added the token, you need to click on this button, which is verify and save. And what you need to do from here is basically you need to select the webhook fields. In our case, we want to select messages. So you need to basically toggle this button. The next step is to go to the API setup page again. And what we need to do here is basically we need to add a valid recipient phone number. So this is because at the moment we will be using a test number. So test numbers can only send messages to numbers which are basically predefined or pre-approved. So you need to click on this drop down and you need to add your personal number or any number which you want to send the message to. And yeah, so you get a text message on the number, and basically you need to enter the verification code. So the next step is to go back to make.com, and basically we need to add another component. So this component is responsible for receiving messages. And basically what we want to do next is once a message has been received, we also want to reply to this message. So let's basically select the first option, which is send message. And from here you can select your account that you created. So we created this account, my WhatsApp test connection. You need to select the sender ID from this drop down menu, and also you need to enter the recipient's phone number in this box. So bear in mind that you don't need to basically include any plus signs or any dashes, so you need to type in the only numbers. The next step is to choose the message type. So in our case, we're just going to select text, and in here we're going to say, hello, this is a sample message. Let's save this. So the next step is to actually run this scenario and basically go to WhatsApp and send a message to our bot. So what you need to do is basically you need to use the test number which was assigned to your application in the developers portal. And yeah, so now what we can do is we can send a message and see if we're going to get a response. And as you can see, I typed the word hi, and we got this sample message. Hello, this is a sample message. If you remember, we added this piece of text in our second component in make.com, and this is exactly what we got back as a response. So if we go back to make.com, you can see that the scenario was triggered, and we already know that it worked successfully because we saw the response message in WhatsApp. If you found this tutorial useful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to get full access to all the templates behind this video and any of my previous videos, please join my school community. The link should be down below in the description. Thank you very much for your time, and see you in the next video.